allow me to make a video on something that has to do with science, because it's been a while. Not a lot of people seem to understand evolution in America. I mean, it's something that we get taught in high school at an early age. I remember freshman biology, ninth grade, and I remember touching on it in sixth grade during a few class periods when my earth science teacher was talking about evolution and how the earth affected it. But that aside, I'm speaking to somebody right now. Well, was speaking to somebody a few minutes ago, and they told me that evolution is an absurdity, and I was asking them questions as I'm writing a paper, and on the human mind, and I was just asking them a few questions about their habits and whatnot, and asked at what age do you remember not being afraid of the dark? And she said she couldn't remember, but she gave me an estimate, and I said okay. Well, and then I brought up the point that it's basically animal instinct to always be wary of the dark. But as humans, we kind of give up on that of having that irrational fear after the dark now, as we are technically on top of the food chain, even though there are still animals out there that would maul us and tear us into pieces. So yeah, I talked about that for a few minutes, and she said evolution was an absurdity. And then she asked me for proof that evolution is true, or evidence that she could see. So I did the obvious ones. The pink things in the corner of your eyes. That those fish have those, and they cover their eyes. They're there for fish to see underwater. We just have no more need for them, so they just fold it up into the corner of our eyes. Other ones that we can find, tailbone. There are some humans. Well, all humans have a tailbone. We used to have fully functional tails with hairs, nerves, and whatnot, and we just lost the ability to need that as we became a more diverse species from other apes. But what she brought up was the topic of people still having tails, and then I had to correct her, because there are some people that are still born with fully functional tails, and there are some people born with, I think it's a tumor of some sort that grows where the tailbone is supposed to be, so it's like a tail, but it really isn't. But yeah, that's the basic proof I could give her for evolution that we can see. Then she asked for proof that humans are still evolving. Well, humans are still evolving on a biological level. I mean, look at people in Africa having a higher immunity to malaria than people in the rest of the world. Look at dairy farmers being able to digest lactase better than people who are not dairy farmers. These are just basic. This is just basic evidence for humans still evolving, and humans have evolved. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and explain to her though. How the origins of everything, and then she brought up the point. Then where did the universe come from, and where did everything come from? I said evolution doesn't explain the origins of the universe. It explains how life has changed over time since it's been here. So I see that's where people kind of get mixed up. Evolution is not here to explain the origins of the universe. It's here to explain the origins of life, and whether you agree with it or not, it's still a nature of a fact, a law of nature, a fact. It's always going to be there regardless if you agree with it or not. And so it's up to you. I can't force you to go look at the evidence. I can't force you to go to the Natural History Museum, to go look at the fossil record, any of that stuff. It's up to you. All I can do is give you the basic information you need to make something of it.